Another exam, another leak.
India's biggest medical entrance exam has been cancelled.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is chaos among students in the country.
A 19-year-old boy took his life on Saturday. He couldn't clear the NEET. People often romanticize pressure. Say diamonds are formed under pressure. But what about those who crumble under pressure? Those who simply can't survive it?
Doctor, save him. आज इसका नीट का रिजल्ट था.
Don't worry, but 18-year-old male, caustic ingestion, airway block था. He's crashing. We need to take him into surgery. Perforation हो सकता है. Now look, the midline incision gives us the fastest access. We're looking for perforation, necrosis, and contamination. Dr. Deblina, you're on suction duty. Suction's ready. Alkali bone से tissue liquefy होता है. As you can see, the damage is visible. Dr. Kadesh, forceps. एक entrance exam के चक्कर में ये सब?
I'm telling you, NEET will test everything except whether you can handle the pressure.
There's a...
Dr. Lavina?
Dr. Lavina? Studies suggest that there's a 40% chance that the doctor performing your surgery is silently struggling through anxiety or depression. If you just sit with that for a second, it's kind of terrifying. But when similar studies were done on first-year med students and those who just passed the NEET exam, the results were far worse than it was for practicing doctors. Almost 60% of the tested students showed signs of depression. But if we don't act fast, it's not going to be just an issue about mental health of students anymore. Instead, it's the beginning of a deeper systemic rot that goes far beyond what these numbers can convey. Every year, around 20 lakh students appear for the NEET UG exam to earn a seat in the best medical colleges of the country. Many of them living in a single room in Kota far away from home, eating the same mess food every day, spending 10 to 12 hours on the same books, highlighting the same lines they've read 30 times and staring at the same 4 walls for 2 years straight. But something about the depression rates in that opening year have left me feeling deeply uncomfortable. What if NEET is not measuring what it should actually be measuring? What if it has nothing to do with who actually belongs and excels in the field of medicine?
The current system, the way it is arranged, is actually the most efficient way of getting as many people selected in as short a time as possible. We are not selecting the highest quality of doctors. We are actually selecting for number of students who can mug up the maximum information in the shortest amount of time.
I found a study that exactly tested this. They took MBBS students with low, medium and high NEET scores and it tracked how they actually performed in their first year of medical college. The result was hard to sit with. All 3 groups with different scores passed at almost the same rate. So a student who barely cleared the cutoff performed just as well as someone who spent 3 years chasing a perfect NEET score. So wait, if NEET scores do not predict better performance, that means we've made a huge mistake in figuring out the right metrics to assess the students' capabilities. So the question is not just whether NEET is fair or not, but what is it even selecting for? Why do NEET aspirants spend 3 years of their life learning extremely tough physics concepts that won't be of any use to them later? How does NEET compare to the medical exams taken in other countries like the US, UK and Australia? I'm Rabina Kamath and this is your Full Disclosure. It's a leak. Doctor, the color, it's bile. The pressure, it's too high. Stop dissection, suction karo it. Get me more gauze. More pressure, keep it. More gauze, jaldi. Fast suction karo, I need to see the source. Near the gallbladder neck. I can see it. Clamp it now and start ligating proximally with theoproline.
Clamp secured.
Ligatures placed. Pressure holding at 90 systolic. Prepare for reassessment. Get me the post-op labs. We need to figure out what just happened. 2 years ago, on June 7, a small group of people protested on the streets of Delhi and Kanpur. 3 days later, the small protest turned into this. The NEET 2024 paper got leaked. 155 students directly benefited from that leak, and each of them had spent 40 to 50 lakhs just to buy the leaked paper. Organized cheating mafias in Bihar and Gujarat ran the entire operation, and this was the first time that people all over India collectively started questioning whether the NEET exam is even valid and if the National Testing Agency is even reliable. And now, in 2026, this has happened again.
With another NEET question paper leak.
NEET UG 2026 has been cancelled after allegations of a guest paper leak.
Out of 410 questions, 120 questions absolutely exactly match the actual examination paper.
Been protests that has been taking place from various organizations.
Now the NTA chief is addressing the media.
When we got this report, we immediately took a call to cancel this examination.
You know, instead of guarding yourself, why don't you resign?
In fact, people have opposed NEET even before this scandal. States like Tamil Nadu, West Bengal and Karnataka have been fighting to get their old systems back for years. And this raises an important question. Why have states been protesting against NEET? What were these old systems? And most importantly, why do state governments want them back now? All of these questions can be answered if we understand why NEET was introduced in the first place. But before we get into that, I like to thank today's sponsor, Odoo. Odoo is a centralized all-in-one platform for entrepreneurs that simplifies day-to-day management of any business, from invoicing, accounting, project management, inventory to website creation and more. With Odoo CRM, you get a visual pipeline through a clean, easy dashboard where each opportunity appears as a clear card with key details like contact information, priority level, and expected revenue. The Kanban view arranges everything by stage, with each lead shown as a card, and you can simply drag cards to different stages as you progress with the lead. Odoo also provides accurate and real-time sales data that actually makes sense. You can dive deeper into metrics with revenue forecasts, track team performance, and build custom dashboards to focus on the insights that matter most. Odoo CRM integrates smoothly with all other Odoo apps, keeping your business connected and ready to scale, and all this is available for just 580 rupees per month per user, with access to every application included. If you want to close deals smoothly and stay in control of your workflow, Odoo CRM gives you everything you need. Check out Odoo by scanning this QR code or via the link in the description below. And now, back to the video. Okay, so before NEET was introduced 13 years ago, medical admissions in India were fragmented across multiple exams. A student in 2010 could be sitting for AIPMT in one city, a state PMT in another, and a private college entrance somewhere else entirely, all in the same season. And that was a problem. Each university could have its own standards of selection for students. There were about 46 such exams for every different state and every different college. So students were paying 5 different fees, traveling to 5 different cities, writing 5 different papers just to get one medical seat. And a lot of times, these private institutes were caught doing exactly what you would expect: seat selling, backdoor entries, merit lists, bypass through paperwork, and what they called management quota. And that was when NEET was introduced. It addressed 3 big problems. 1, standardizing the educational competence of students at the entry level. 2, reducing the number of entrance examinations from an estimated of 46 to just 1. And 3, to eliminate the capitation fees levied by private medical colleges. And if you look at it, NEET has been doing all 3 of these very well. It solved exactly what it was designed to solve. So then, where is it going wrong?
2026
Every other country like the US, the UK and Australia is testing your psychological ability to think and act under pressure. You don't just solve questions, you need to explain your thinking. But NEET, on the other hand, has a structure that primarily focuses on physics and chemistry even more than it does on biology or psychology.
This is not the case in US or UK. None of these skills are tested in our exam to decide whether someone should become a doctor or not.
Dr. Sid Boria is a neurologist who's been destigmatizing mental health by bringing neuroscience to the mainstream conversation. And as I was researching the second-order effects of NEET, I wanted to understand one thing. What is happening inside the brain of a student who's spending 3 years studying for 12 hours a day under the constant fear of failure?
So if I decide, I have to decide to be a doctor when I'm 16, which is so young. My exposure to the world is so little. They don't have the prefrontal cortex maturity yet to understand that there are other options. How are you expecting me to decide my entire life trajectory based on what I have learned till I'm 16? But somehow that is the expectation. A student is entering into the NEET entrance exam thinking it's now or never, it's this or nothing. That's not true. There is always a choice, and it is that false pressure that is making kids feel suicidal. So the two changes that need to be made in our students' career growth is A, early focus more on skills rather than final destination. And B, the opportunity for cross-domain knowledge. I have no access to get any other degree. Once I decide that I want to be a doctor, unless I really fight it out. So as society, as grown-ups, we should be telling our kids that this is not a one-way street and there are so many more options for you to explore.
And this is what the other exams test for. Research shows that verbal reasoning and aptitude, not subject knowledge, are the strongest predictors of how good a doctor you will actually go on to become.
Whereas in India, how the patient feels is the least of our concerns. This is not the case in US or UK. I had given the MRCP exam, which is the UK equivalent of MD medicine. I found myself completely out of depth because all the academic stuff I already knew, but the way in which they expect you to treat a patient, to deal with a patient, to talk to them is valued so highly. The patient says that I did not feel comfortable for this one moment. You don't pass the exam.
Talking to Sid, I realized it's not just the psychology of students that gets affected. The way NEET is structured has set off a chain of consequences, one that go far deeper than most people even realize.
Coaching in India is worth 58,000 crore rupees, and much of it is unregulated.
Coaching has become virtually commerce.
शोएब आफ्ताब रैंक 1 आया था 2019 में नीट का, वो हर एक कोचिंग वाले उसका बैनर लगाते हैं.
This is a 58,000 crore industry. Coaching mafias, the toppers signed as brand ambassadors. 5 to 7 institutes advertising the same topper for all India rank 1. Batching problems, price fixing, all of it. And if you think about it, you cannot really blame the coaching institutes for being the only reliable path to a medical seat. And neither can you blame schools for not preparing the students for this competition because they have their own curriculum. The problems are actually tied to the same reasons NEET was actually created for. Remember the 3 objectives with which the NEET exams were set up in the first place? One of them stated that it was introduced to standardize more than 40 plus exams that the states and private institutions take to just one all-India medical exam as an entry to the medical career field. But the exam conducting bodies did not anticipate what happens when 20 lakh students funnel into a single exam. The only way NTA can now filter out the competition is to increase the difficulty of the paper itself. And that is why students felt the physics questions in the NEET paper were unrealistically tough last year.
Physics tough था.
Physics very difficult.
Physics का पेपर बहुत टफ था भाई. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट को मैंने रोते हुए देखा है जो सेंटर से रोते हुए निकल रहे हैं.
And that pushes students straight into coaching beyond the standard school syllabus. But then what about those who cannot even afford it?
First of all, they cannot afford. See, coaching centers are all in the urban area. They cannot, in rural area, they don't have any coaching centers.
In 2017, a Tamil state board topper, Anita, was found hanging in her room. She could not clear the NEET cutoff. Had the admission been based upon board exams like it used to happen 5 years earlier, she would have cleared it and pursued medicine. But because she was from a poor background, she couldn't afford the coaching fees to compete with the difficulty of the NEET exam. And her death caused an outrage in Tamil Nadu against NEET. People of Tamil Nadu raised a very serious and important question. Is the medical career only limited to those who have the privilege? A high-level committee was set up to find out the on-ground impact of this privilege in Tamil Nadu. It was clear to them that NEET disproportionately favors students who study in private English medium schools coming from affluent urban backgrounds and can afford coaching classes. But it's not just rural students who are getting affected. It is the state of Tamil Nadu itself. You see, before NEET, rural students could pursue medicine without a coaching culture, and many willingly served in the public sector. But NEET changed this entirely. Coaching took over, urban privilege took the lead, and these medical graduates naturally want to work at private urban hospitals where they can get a better pay. So the study warned that if this continues, there will soon be a shortage of doctors in public healthcare. And it's already happening. There is an 80% shortage of specialist doctors across rural and semi-urban India. But urban privilege is not the only reason why states like Tamil Nadu, Karnataka and West Bengal want to scrap NEET completely. And last underlying factor that no one talks about, and that is NEET has a CBSE bias. In the last few years, National Medical Commission has been quietly rewriting the NEET syllabus in accordance with the CBSE curriculum and not medical knowledge. Researchers from AIIMS New Delhi argue that the current syllabus is misaligned and it's more suited to an engineering entrance exam more than a medical one, which means student rankings often depend on their performance in physics rather than biology, where many aspiring medical students demonstrate nearly equal proficiency.
So I don't think any doctor or any medical student would complain about a hard topic that is from biology. We want doctors to spend as much time as possible learning information that is useful to them. What is the point of teaching extremely complex physics concepts? They are not training to be an astronaut. They're not training to build race cars. They are training to save lives. So why cannot they be spending more of their time and energy, which is already precious, in learning more things that will actually help them save lives?
As Dr. Sid mentioned, medical profession demands way more, or rather way different skills from what NEET actually tests you for. You need resilience, empathy, interpersonal skills, and so much more to endure the challenges of medical training and patient care. Without assessing these non-academic qualities, students are not really prepared for the demands of being a doctor in the real world. It could also be the leading reason for burnout, mental health struggles, or even ethical lapses. But experts believe if we make a few small reforms and gradually change the structure, syllabus, and format of what is being asked, it can set better metrics to assess the students. The first change that is often recommended is to rationalize the NEET UG syllabus. The current syllabus is heavily weighted towards physics and chemistry, which is more suited for an engineering student. Prioritizing biology aligns better with medical education needs. Along with this, experts also say that psychology, nutrition, and physical education should be included as subjects in NEET UG. These are far more aligned with medical education and promote a more holistic assessment of candidates. But it would still not be the most efficient way to test lakhs of students in one single all-India test. That is why it is also recommended to test NEET aspirants in two stages. The first stage would test your foundational knowledge, and the second stage would test your critical thinking by asking students for the logic and reasoning behind their answers instead of just one MCQ type of questionnaire. And the last crucial change, if not now, then eventually, is fairness for state board students. NEET is the single gateway to medicine for students all across our country, and it simply cannot continue to favor one board over others. The gap between state board syllabus and NCERT is real, and that bias needs to go. And there is no denying the difficulty of bringing about these changes, but with so many careers and lives at stake, it becomes a necessity, not a choice.
Wait, there it is. The duct is dilated.
So the clot, the leak, all of it.
There's always a system issue. Pressure बढ़ते ही problem शुरू.
Dr. Lavina, you were right.
Doctor, how's he?
He's fine. You just take some time to recover.
Thank you. You know, it was his third attempt. And he can't even afford a private college. बस marks और cut-off के बीच में 3 साल निकल गए. And after all these years, he just lost hope. But I'm sorry to bother you. शायद आप नहीं समझ पाओगे.